Hey guys, welcome back. I am Cassia Marina, and this is the place for entrepreneurs who are looking to build their brand online, grow their visibility and their business, and get money while you sleep. All right, so I hope you guys got your tea. All right, I'm going to keep it really, really real with this quarantine advice. Okay, there are a couple of things that are losing my mind a little bit, and it has forced me to actually take a slight Instagram hiatus. And I mean, I'm still here, I still post every day or every other day, but I'm not like on the app. You know how we are on apps and we hang out and we share our day. I'm not really sharing my day. I'm really taking this time to really work in my business. You know, that's not something that you hear often, and work on the business at the same time as I get myself prepared as well and use this quarantine time to the most to put it to its best use. But I know I have kind of fell back on the whole concept of tea time. So I just want to make sure that you got your tea or whatever that you like to drink. It could be coffee, whatever it is. Pause this, go get it, sit down and really take this in. Get a notepad, get a pen, and let's make some notes and let's set some intentions to really like stop sitting on information. Okay, let's stop sitting on this information. I'm glad that you guys are here, but I'm really would be happier if you would actually take action. Okay, so I got my tea. You're back. All right, I hope you have your tea too, or whatever is your chosen beverage, but let's get this going. So this video is all about how to move your in-person business online. Okay, now I would like to assume that we are a bit over the shock and the, the uneasy. I wouldn't say we're over the uneasiness. Okay, we're human beings, and I know many of us are very in like a tough time. But the fact is that we are stuck indoors and we can't do what we usually do, and we do have this extra set of time on our hands. And I just think that we can take the time to take care of our mental health, which I highly recommend. But I also recommend that you can dedicate at least 1 hour in your day to push the needle forward in terms of digitizing your business. And for some people, they just probably don't have this desire to take their business online or digitize the entire business. I'm not saying everybody has to do this. I'm just saying that it is wise to add a digital component to your business, because where it stands right now is that if you have a very in-person business, some people just can't work. They have no income coming in, and maybe you're sitting pretty and you have savings and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure there are those who aren't, and you're probably running your business paycheck to paycheck, as they say. Believe it or not, there are people who are like this, and there's no shade or anything like that. This is just what it is, and it's completely okay. And it's even more reason why you should digitize your business or add a digital component, or basically take your business online. And my first recommendation, and this is something I started working on last year, which is when I came up with my basic to branded workbook. Shameless plug, go down in the show notes, in the description, the link to the workbook. Go get it. You are not gonna regret it, right? I came up with my book, which isn't item one, but it is a form of productizing your business. So if you're a service-based business like I am, service-based businesses basically have you in a position of being like an employee, right? Meaning you have to trade time for money. And sometimes that's just not sustainable, right? Some people like myself, a service-based business, my service-based business still allows me to work remotely. That isn't everybody. If you're a massage therapist, a nail tech, a hairdresser, an esthetician, all of these things require you to be there in person. So my first tip would be for you to productize your service-based business. And what this can look like is I saw a nail tech, right? Very in person, very one-on-one. And I must say, she is a boss babe. I love how she runs her business. I admire how her mindset, how she approaches her business. Most nail techs, most hairdressers, I wouldn't say most, but majority sometimes, not everybody, but majority, never really find a way to remove themselves from their business, meaning they don't hire employees or they don't add components that don't require them to be present. And even before this whole coronavirus, she still like hired staff. You don't see that often. Most nail techs, it's always them, and they have a station and they just keep working, right? They have a station, they just keep working one-on-one. But she still scaled in a huge way by having staff, which allows her to take on more clients per day. So she's still able to scale in that way. And this is why I say she's a boss babe. I admire her. And the next thing, all right, cool. While most people are at home chilling, complaining, um, doing whatever they feel to help them cope, which is fine. Again, she's on that boss babe-ish, and she's always keeping busy. It's like she just can't stop. And what she decided to do was sell custom press-ons. That has become a thing, and this is solving a very real problem. You would think that, okay, well, people inside, those limiting thoughts and beliefs that, oh, nobody's going to buy this. This is not important. This isn't essential. Who's going to spend money on this right now when things are so uncertain? You wouldn't believe that people are still, if they went out their way to hold that bi-weekly, monthly nail appointment, they're going to spend a fraction of the cost to get press-ons. Okay, so that's one way of taking a service-based business and creating a product that still fulfills a need. Every business, if you really want to be successful, does fulfill a need, commonly known as solve a problem. Solving a problem is another way to say fulfill a need, okay? So that is an example. Another example is meal planning. You might be someone who is a fitness trainer, which is very in person. And, it's pretty obvious most people have taken that in-person fitness to Zoom fitness, and that is very doable. But here's another thing that you could do, right? Which even removes you from having to be present, which is a subscription where people pay for meal planning. What about meal planning on a budget, right? It's quarantine. Everybody's probably wanting to find ways to stretch their dollar. Some people are laid off, some people are getting paid. Money is a very real issue for people at this time. And sometimes you just like, I want to stretch my dollar, but I don't know what to cook, right? I only know how to cook things that's absorbing my money. So how about budget-friendly meals? And the thing is, after this is all done, there's always a place for budget-friendly meals. So you can sell a subscription where you can give people ideas on a shopping list. So this specific shopping list. shopping for groceries under X amount of money, and you can get meals to last you 7 days or 14 days, right? You give them the shopping list, you give them the recipes, the meal plan day by day. Like that is something that you can sell via subscription model. And that actually, the great thing about a subscription model is that people continue to pay you month after month. You want recurring income, just like a salary, right? That's why we like most people like jobs, because you have this sure income coming in month after month. So that's something you want to build, and it's a wonderful complement to your already existing online training. If you are someone who took your fitness program and you're doing it via Skype, via Zoom, via a virtual format, it still complements that, right? So the second way to digitize your business is to service your clients virtually, which I pretty much touched on just now, which is consultations, right? You have seen so many fitness programs happening just like that, right? So that one is pretty obvious. But if you are in the beauty industry, you might think, okay, well, I'm a hairdresser. How do I help my clients? Again, you can productize your business. Now, I'm going to kind of one and two kind of rules into each other. You can create self-care at home packages and get that delivered to your clients. The thing is, you all already have clients and your clients want you, but you can't help them in person right now, but they already know you, like you, trust you. They are your clients. How can you show up for them? So for people who are into skincare, estheticians, you know, you could do consultations. People still have acne problems. People are still breaking out. You can charge people for one-on-one consultations and recommend certain products to them. If you are in a part of the world where you can still access products, you could put together a care kit for a custom care kit as well and sell that to them. You can retail that to your customers that you consult with. And this works for hairdressers, it works for anybody in the beauty industry. You can consult. Now, I want to highlight the fact that lawyers have easily pivoted. I know doctors are pivoting and they're doing virtual consultations. And I have to dish some tea on this, because this was something I didn't understand. Like, why couldn't I just call up a doctor and do a Skype meeting? Everybody's was so super traditional, has a physical location, you need to come in, and it's like all of a sudden, people, the thing is, human nature knows how to be resilient, right? If you have the will, you're going to find a way. However, one thing COVID-19 has taught us is that there are many things that we could have done that we just didn't do because we didn't want to change. There are many things that we didn't do because we were stuck in traditional ways. We were stuck in old habits, and we were just resistant to doing certain things that were more efficient for many different reasons and meet people and be innovative. I don't know why there's a resistance to innovation at times. I know that might sound super crazy to many people, but there is resistance to innovation. And I always have, as a creative, have all these creative ideas. And it's like, well, I can't tell the doctors who studied at medical school for many years, so I'm not even gonna mention this. But I always used to be a little bit frustrated, especially as a mom, that I couldn't get like a quick consult and a checkout when it's a Sunday or it's a holiday and you just can't get some sort of medical attention without having to go to public health care. So I'm sorry, that's my little rant slash tangent. But there's a point. The point is, I commend you all regardless of my little bit of tea, because the point is it's happening, and I'm still grateful. I'm still happy that people are changing and adapting, and I'm really amazed and impressed at how fast people have adapted. All right. The next way that you can digitize your business is to take all of this and put it into a book. That's tip number 3. You can take all of your knowledge and put it into a book, and you could write some type of guide, right? Tip number 4 would be to create a course. Now, a course is something that you will do more in the long term because it takes time to put a whole curriculum together, map out, the transformation and how you're going to help people get to that transformation, because you have to build it in steps, lessons, modules. It takes time. You got to market it, everything like that. But a very quick way is, again, back to point number 2. You can do the one-on-one consults, because now you get practice, you get more familiar with what people need to know. Then you can do a group form, take that one-on-one, turn it into a group format, and do a masterclass. A masterclass on average is about 1 hour to 3 hours max. If it's longer, then it's time to develop a mini course or a course, right? So I hope a mini course makes things sound a lot more manageable, because a course might sound like it has to be like this big, grand thing, and it doesn't. A course just means a course of lessons. And that could be about 3 to 5 lessons. That's why it's called a course. Think of it like a meal. You have different meals, and it makes up a whole course. That's all that it is, right? So package up all what's in here, all what you do in person, all that you do service-wise, and put it into a course. And really, when you think about it, everything that I'm mentioning is really you productizing your business. A course is a product, a book is a product, subscriptions are a form of a product, I would say. And yeah, once you don't really have to be present, it's still a form of a product, because you're not actively servicing, right? And the 4th thing you need to productize your business is not just your social media, but you need a website. Of course, I had to go there, because I'm not just telling you about a website because I do websites, and not just I do websites, but it's part of my business, because I do have website templates coming out. Depending on when you're watching this video, it's probably already out, so you can head on over to casiamarina.me and go check it out. Or you can go in the show notes, and in the description, you'll see the latest link, whatever it might be. And right now, it's about getting on the wait list. Just get on the wait list. It's not the same as my VIP list, but get on the wait list. All right. The point I was getting at is that I talk about websites not because it's my business, but because it's important to building your brand online. You need to have an online presence. You can't have an online presence without having your own home on the internet. Social media alone is not going to cut it. It's a place to start. It's a place to validate this business idea. If you don't have a website already, validate it through social media. Get the idea out, get the product out, start selling it. And then if this is something that you really want to do, try to get your website up within the first 6 months. Now, we're talking about coronavirus right now, and I'm talking about that if you don't have your website already for your current existing business, you should get online and get a website right now. You can go on squarespace.com and create your free trial. Scroll all the way down. You want to create, if you're creating a new account, you want to create Squarespace 7.0. Don't ask me why. We're not going to get into that right now, but sign up for the older templates, because that is what the Squarespace templates are going to be based on, and you want to start there. At least start your free trial there. You don't need Squarespace 7.1 right now, and I'm not going to get into all of that, but the point is, go on squarespace.com, scroll down to the bottom, look for older templates, or you can Google Squarespace 7.1. Google Squarespace 7.0, create your free trial and get started, right? Try it out, test it out. And if you feel like you need additional help, I have an introduction to Squarespace course called Build Your Website Yourself. It's a 1-hour walkthrough, an introduction to Squarespace. All right. In closing, I want to mention a couple of things. Those are some places that you can start to moving your business online or adding a digital component to your business and digitizing your business. Now is the time to do what you weren't doing before. Okay? Listen to me well. I speak all about technology and building your brand online for quite some time now. And honestly, sometimes I feel like Noah talking about flood when no one has seen rain before. And the time has come. Okay, it's raining and the rain is coming down. And this is not to be like grim or anything like that, but the point is, if you didn't listen to me before was the time to get ready for a time like now. And the time is here. All right. If you weren't ready, that's fine. That's completely fine. But now that it's here, and now that we have all of this inside time, make time within your day to get started. It can start with your phone. And what I mean by that is open your phone, open the notes app, whatever notes app that you have, and start jotting and brainstorming ideas. You can get your pen and your book and start writing ideas and start just brainstorming ideas daily until you think, okay, this is it here. Where do I stand? Start creating a plan, start creating a map, start writing bullet points of what you think you would need, and give yourself action plans every single day. We don't know how long we're going to be inside, so you may as well get started. All right. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. And share this with a friend. If you're listening to this on the podcast, screenshot and post this up on Instagram, and be sure to tag me so I know that you did it and I can give you a shout out. Okay.